Hey everybody, this is Al with El Rey Collection. Sorry for the typical late notice, as is usual, and these types of things. Um, had a big pile up of mail here, and decided to try to get through a lot of it. Don't know exactly kind of what's in this stuff, so I'll be doing kind of an inventory as we go. Actually, let's see, maybe I adjust this down a bit. Um, this will be easier to see. Yep. So I'm just gonna get to it. I'm just gonna just start breaking stuff. If people got questions, comments, concerns, feel free to voice your concerns. I am just gonna get to it. Just gonna start right now. I think this is pretty much all mail, so I don't think there is any PSA stuff in this, but I got a lot of FedEx. I've got some DHL, so we've got some foreign stuff. So this is fun. So starting it off, you're gonna notice here are a couple of packs from La Guerra de las Galaxias, and this actually comes from Costa Rica. You can see Distribuidora Arco Iris. So there's a couple of unopened packs from La Guerra de las Galaxias is Star Wars in Costa Rica. So these are from the 1970s. So that's kind of fun. So I think there'll be a mix. I think most of this stuff is going to be soccer, though. I think there's a few kind of one-off kind of Star Wars stuff. If you guys saw my last PSA video, I think you would have seen that that I had a number of Star Wars stuff, particularly the what do you call it? 1977 Stani art. It's like the Argentina tops type Argentina tops like issue. It's much thinner. They're stickers. Actually, a larger set because the puzzles are their own pieces, and there are some stickers at the end. So trying to fill out that set. So you may have seen that. And ironically, here is one of those cards that I was missing. Card number 40. I was missing 6. A couple of them are like super short prints, but trying to fill those in. So, hey, from one Al to another. Hey, Al, how you doing? Hope all is well. Down under. It's actually, isn't it pretty early over there, man? What are you doing? I guess it's Monday morning, so you guys getting ready for work. Oh man, I can't believe the weekend's already over. That's brutal. So here is another little pack of cards. This is from a set. Actually, it's a Star Wars set too, so probably won't spend much time on it. Just open it up and show you kind of what we have sitting in the mail here. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend, if not too short, and look forward to a great work week. I've been kind of on the road a lot, which is partly why I haven't been very participative in the Discord or doing videos. Just been crazy time for me. Yes, usually you think August, September are like not that busy, but they're actually been quite busy for me for personal and professional reasons. So here's this set right here. This is kind of a fun set. It's a Kellogg set. So anyway, I don't want to get them out of order, but another little Star Wars set that I have picked up. So a few little Star Wars things here and there. Definitely going back to my original collector roots. I think that should be it. Maybe there'll be one more small Star Wars things. Most of the rest of this should be soccer. I actually need to get instead of keep using scissors, I've got to get one of these box cutters with like kind of a semi-dull edge, so I'm not constantly risking myself here. I didn't notice the return address here, so I'm not sure what that is. It's bigger size. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess there were a couple more Star Wars things. This is just a pack. This is the 5th series, I think, is the X-Wing fighter. Yep, the 5th series. So putting a few of those things together as well. All right, so let's see over here. This is never a great sign. Opened and resealed. Ugh, you hate that on these DHLs. But let's take a look to see what is in here, and hopefully nothing goes missing in the process. I've had, many of these packages opened throughout the years, and while I have had things delivered in, I would say, unideal shape, meaning that they were that they had been slightly damaged. So far, knock on wood, I haven't had anything that was outright lost. So here in this package, we have some really kind of fun things. This looks to be from Argentina. Here's a very fun Fangio Popo sticker. This is from the early 50s. Very fun there. We have a really nice Jan Moreno in the Olympia. Really, really cool. This is one of my favorite sets. I'm actually going to say of all time. It's just so unique. I'm actually going to take this out to just because I think the glare doesn't. I mean, these cards are just so cool with the triangular view, so unique. This one's slightly miscut. You can see. Look at the back, never stuck. So this is an absolute elite card to me. And while it's not a rookie, I do think that in general, and I'm going to say American collectors, we tend to focus on rookies so much that sometimes we lose sight of just the eye appeal of the stickers and just like in this case the uniqueness and the rarity sometimes does get picked up, but on like a piece like this is just, man, this is like one of my favorite Jan Moreno cards. There you go. Wow. Cool. Very, very cool. And the Fangio as well. And then we've got, you've been seeing a few more of these come out, which is a really tough set from 1935. There's a Domingos de Guia, played for Boca for a number of years. And so that's why you see him, the Brazilian, showing up on some Argentine issues. To my knowledge, the only two that have been graded are the Tony and the Dix, but he does show up on a few others. I want to say Argos, Pirouette, a few others. Here's this really fun and rare one of Seone. And this comes from this really kind of rare set. Ponce Gonzalez and Compañía. Look at that. Super rare piece here. Love it. Gosh, this is great. So sorry, I don't normally sleeve these things up, but I think that this is just, some of these things are just absolutely like off the charts. Elite, so got to do that. I'll do that one later. Here's another Boca great, Roberto Cerro. This is from the Caramelos Triunfadores. Really cool. These come in different colored backgrounds. This is like the purple or brown one, depending on what your eyes see. And they come in like orange and green, and that's a very fun one. So we'll come back to that. And here's a really nice Carlos Puseye, really nice on these records. A few of these have hit PWCC over the last couple months. This Puseye is not one that I had. So this is a really nice condition here. Relatively low value card, but very fun. Is this is Coete. This is a Farina card. So that's good. And then these 1960s cards, which kind of go through the historical greats of Argentina. This is the 1960 crack Arquero set, and this is Carlos Sosa. He'd been retired at this point. And you have Schiaffino, I think, here. Is that right? Yeah, Schiaffino. Here's the Arquero Schiaffino. Now, he actually was not retired, I think, in 1960. Yeah, so he's still playing. And then these very fun. I like this set. It just screams Argentina. This is a Mendez. This is Esteritos de Oro. And here is a Lostau. So that's kind of fun to pick those guys up. This is what the backs are. They're not blank backs. They say here, Estrellitas de Oro. And this is one of my favorite lines of all time. Sea inteligente, junta figuritas estrellitas de oro. Like, be smart. Collect these things, right? And then here's also, I love these. These are the 19, well, PSA grades them as 46. I kind of have them as 47, but these are the figuritas bicicleta, the silhouettes, and here's Lasati, who I didn't have, so happy to pick that up. That's actually a fantastic box, and none of that stuff, to my knowledge, I'll have to go back and check, was missing. Now let's see. This is coming from New Zealand. So we've got different things. That was Argentina. One of the previous packages was Canada. We've got US. This one's coming in from New Zealand. This is kind of fun. And this is actually really kind of great packaging for international shipping for a set. This is a New Zealand set of Star Wars cards that very similar. Is very similar to the US set, but it's just a hard set to get because it was issued in New Zealand, which obviously has a smaller population. You can tell because of the backs of these are different. They're like these white. So that's kind of fun to go with kind of my blue run of Stanis from Argentina, the US. There's also some in Scarlens in Australia. All right, so here we go. See what we got here. This is another DHL from another person in Argentina. Different people. And I'll just hold on here in a second and see if there's any comments on as soon as I get this thing open, see if anybody has any comments or questions. So you can talk to it as I'm rolling through this, which this one's pretty heavy, so not immaterial in terms of size. I mean, weight, I guess, which is kind of the typically a determinant of how much work it takes to undo. Okay. So that is that. It was opened by DHL, and then it says there's DHL stickers all around this. And it says abrir con cuidado. So open with care. So we will do that. You move some of these things over just so we can actually open with care. Yeah, so that Moreno, yeah, that set, the Olympia set, and thank you 256 collector. This Olympia set, I mean, I don't have a full set of this. It's beautiful though. I have a number of the singles, but they're just great. Look at that stash too. I don't think you can fully appreciate it even from the camera. So that the Olympia cards are just off the charts to me. So let's see how we. I'm wondering if this tape, this DHL tape, is because it actually opened the overall thing here, which would be slightly concerning. But I guess we're going to find out when we get in on this. So, all right. Oh, and there's a hey, a collector's dream. Good to see you on here, and just kind of diving into some diverse things that have piled up in my mail. I've had such a busy week, month, I want to say, where I haven't had a chance to do a lot. And yeah, I mean, look at Moreno. I think one of the best South American players ever. You know, what else can you say? He won championships in 4 different countries, so he's definitely a leader as well. You know, of course, part of the amazing River Plate team. So here's a Popo, which you guys, you know, those of you who follow me know that I do Formula One, especially vintage Formula One. So I have a number of just Popo cards that are in here. I'll just kind of breeze through those relatively quickly as I kind of get through those. So these are not typically of much interest to soccer collectors, but there's a number of these. Of course, the Fangio being the most important. I may also have, I think, our Ascari as well. These are not super important guys. I mean, what a beautiful set that is. Okay, so there's a few other graded cards. I guess I'll just go over these as I get these all out. I think that's, oh no, there's a few more here. Good packaging though. So this first one, actually, speaking of Moreno, is from the Arcaro set that we were talking about earlier, the crack Arcaro. And this is a Jan Moreno. So this is post-career. But still, this set is really cool. And if you think about it, it's from 1960, which makes it, you know, 70 years old, directly from Argentina with some of the best. Like the checklist is maybe the best of all the Argentine sets all time because it covers their greats. So it even has a couple Di Stefanos, even though obviously he's playing in Europe at that time as well, but not obviously forgetting the importance of Di Stefano as a player and as a Argentine, you know, national, even though he had transitioned since he'd been living in Spain to play for Spain, and actually plays with them on the 1962 World Cup. So the last one of the graded cards, and I'll come back to this, is well, here's the Popo, another Popo, and then we have this really fun. I really like this card a lot. Maybe you can't really see the image. It's a Roberto Cerro card, And I just love it. It's so hard to find any of this. This is from Joaquin Sierra, who ultimately does the Grand Película cards later. But this is from 1941, and it's way better than the later cards that they issued. Look at that back. How cool is that? So very, very cool card. Really, really hard to find any examples from the set. And finding a Cerro is really kind of cool. Here is Varela. I love the headband. I forget he got like a head injury. And this is from El Campeón, which is very similar to the UPA set. Also, really hard to find examples of these in any condition. This is a 1.5, which likely means that it was removed. Here's another card. You don't see that often. This is from Bruguera, and this is the Ases Mundiales del what is it? Maybe it has it on the title. Yep, del Deporte, Ases Mundiales, right? And it looks similar to a couple different Spanish, other Spanish sets. So this is Bruguera, and it comes from 62, where they also have a Di Stefano in this set. And you never see these, really. You never, ever see these. So really hard to get. Really nice to add those. I try to have a pretty complete run of Fangio and Di Stefano, so that's that. And then here's Chocolatin Laponia, which you guys probably see a lot of. In particular, this is Sastre. That is fun. Those are fun. I'm not totally done in here, so I'm trying to. Oh, here's some other cards that were included. They're on the kind of on the outside, and again, you never know what DHL does versus what the shipper does, so you just don't know. So I'm going to take a look at these. So these are kind of fun. Here is a relatively Fangio. It's kind of a pre-printed, not pre-printed, like a pirate album, I think from the 70s. Here's another Estrellitas de Oro. And this particular one was Mendez from Racing. Here is this Sosa? I think Bicicleta. It's hard for me to read even with my glasses. Can't really read that. And then here is these are fun. These are this particular one's one of the first cards ever. Actually, I'm going to free it because this thing has some tape on it. So I'm going to cut along the side so I can get out the penny holder. This comes from a series, one of the first series that I know of issued in Argentina, and this is from 1911. They're called Monterrey. And so one of the earliest soccer cards, not necessarily of note, besides just one of the earliest soccer cards, which is super fun. Then we have another Bicicleta. I need to get the magnifying glass out sometimes for me to see some of the names. But if they do have stickiness on the card savers, I definitely trash those as quickly as possible. Never want anything remotely sticky around your cards, because obviously that can damage them. So we've got, what else do we have in this one? Just gotta be super careful we're not missing something, because this one obviously had a lot of layers to it. Okay, looking good. All right, now we've got this one. Okay, abrir con cuidado. Okay, disfrútalo. That means that open with care and enjoy. So let's see what we have here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we have in here, we have very, very fun This is a set. Some of you have seen me show cards from this set in the past. This is from well, first of all, this is a card from the set called Balbonia, I believe. And this in particular is a I think this is Lostau. So you can see this. It's a very, very unique card. It's this red circle that just has that floating head on it. Very, very unique card. Unique set, I guess I should say. You know what? This one's got too much stickiness on it too, so we're going to go in through the side. Let's see if we can pull out the card saver from. Make sure to avoid stickiness. I'll come back to it, I guess. If I can't get it out here. Okay. Should be able to get it out. Yes, okay. So here's this sticker. It's been removed, but pretty cool. Very different from a lot of things you normally see. And then in this piece, this is the full Colegiales album. Colegiales and a number of other similar. This is Di Stefano. So this is like in the early Argentina stuff before he heads to Colombia to play with Millonarios. This comes from this album, Colegiales. So another early Di Stefano, and you have here the full album that is from. That one just happened to fall off, but you can see here the Colegiales album with many, many, many. I'm not gonna flip this right now. I need to be more controlled on this, but many, many, many stickers, and these are really fragile, so I will just kind of show you at arm's length this, and it has a number of stars. It also has actress and actresses as well, but I just need to be super careful on that one and document that so that we'll have the full checklist and that can be rated. So that one is extra fun. Certainly that one is a good time and a great box to open. So hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully something you guys don't see every day was in that shipment. So I guess we've had a couple from Argentina, which I guess is the case. I tend to collect a lot from Argentina. I think there were really some of the best players of early football, and a mix of hard to get players, issues. It's not like collecting 1930s items from the UK, which were just printed in huge amounts and don't really have any real true scarcity to them. They're more condition rarities. So that is why I like to and I personally like the players, like the history a little more, I think, broadly in the Argentine League in particular, but just in South America. I mean, obviously you start to get into some really cool Brazilian issues as well in the 1930s, and some amazing Brazilian players. But the Argentine stuff includes some of the Brazilian players, like we had mentioned earlier, Freed and Dominguez de Guia, as well as just a number of other players. And some Argentine players show up in Brazilian issues as well, like Sastre, when he went to play for, who did he play for? São Paulo, I think. So let's see what, excuse me here, what these are. These are, it looks like it's a PSA order. Oh, it's probably, I think I know what this is. Okay, so we had a couple of packs. Again, here is a PSA 8 Star Wars pack from the number 2. So putting together a bit of a run of those. There's only 5 series in the first set, so we got those. So what's this thing from Cleveland, Ohio? It feels a little light, so let's just get in here. And sorry, because since I'm doing this, I don't really have a chance to see the comments. So I'll double check comments here in a second. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I just only got 2 hands, and okay, this is weird. This is 1 card in a really big box. So that is really cool. This is another one of the ones that I'm missing, and there is no note, but thank you for sending this along. I really appreciate it. It's a tremendous amount of packaging, and it's one of the ones that I'm missing in my Stanley set. So actually quite a bit of Star Wars this month. A little atypical, but some really fun Star Wars. So thank you for sending me that. I really appreciate it. Filling out that set. I think now I'm down to 4 cards that I'm missing, and 2 of them are the SSPs. So let's see how I get into this. Maybe I just go in here. And I was going to check the comments. I guess I can do that in a second. But after I'm done with this box, I guess. And these are, the other couple ones that I'm missing. So this is the 4th series and an 8. And this is the 3rd series and an 8. So we have these. I don't think I have the 1st series coming in right now. So those, we'll do them. And I'll have to pick up the 1st series here at some point. As most of our good collectors are. Okay, so no additional new comments. So let's see what we have in here. Not exactly sure. Is this it? I'm unsure if this is what shipping this is, because I don't recognize that. And I think I should have had some other things. Now that I'm looking at my stuff. So this is another box with the surface is a small package. Was just thinking, I thought that I had some UPS shipments. I'll have to go double check that. Again, I had this pile. I may be missing some things from my opening here, but I'll double check that in a second as we kind of, okay. Looks to be a card like this. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay, this one is, I think I actually got the wrong card here. So this one came in and it was the Torres from the Fontanares set. So I need to go back and double check that. All right. And then this one came from Italy. And similarly, this may be the UPS stuff. see. So I think I know what this one is. This is a big card in my eyes for collecting soccer in particular. And I think I should be safe going like this. Hey Seb, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a good Sunday. This is, at least again to my eyes, should be a pretty important card. Well, it already kind of is, but I think it will ultimately be one of the certainly elite World Cup stickers of all time. So, and this is a 1970 World Cup Pele sticker, red and blue back in PSA 8. And when I look at these, I pay incredible attention to the cuts. In fact, since Seb's on here and he's a United guy, we recently saw a Bobby Charlton in this red and blue backs, which are hand cut, and I just didn't like the cut, so I couldn't bid as strong as I'd like, despite the fact it's a PSA 7. If you look really closely here, you can see the tiny dots here at the bottom. So it's really, really well cut. And it's proportional on all sides and no diamond cuts. So this is a relatively big card in soccer, certainly in soccer World Cup stickers. So excited to have that. That's a big one. And then we will check. Oh, hang on. Check. All right. We will check a number of things. I guess I'm just being told to check the cardboard in this particular box here, which is empty here. So I'll double check the rest of the stuff over here because I don't want to hurt myself. But maybe it's under here. Thank goodness. Thank you. This is the Monty, which is much more important. So thank goodness there wasn't a mix-up there. Appreciate that. Problem solved before the problem even started. So, thank you. Now we've got this big FedEx box. This will be fun because I think there's a couple of items in here that I didn't have previously. So I always like checking things off the want list. And there are a few things that check in here. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So it's a rather big box. And let's get into it. I'm going to have to take this. Put that over there. Sorry if that's squeaking in your ear. There is a lot of bubble wrap here. Makes it fun. Especially fun to walk around and step on. Wow. A lot of bubble wrap. Okay, then we got some rubber bands. Undo the rubber bands. And let's see how we are doing. Okay. I don't think this is Dior, but it's a very cool box, and it includes a little treasure trove a little treasure trove. The first one being some kind of ungraded cards. We'll come back to here in a second. And this is a Cruyff pin, a pre-rookie Cruyff pin. Have some of those. Those were kind of fun. And let's see here. I have a tremendous amount of trash around, as you guys can now imagine. I'm going through this stuff. And again, I think this is not all of it, but it's a lot of the bigger boxes. So here is a fun Fontaine, a fun ticket here from Di Stefano. I think this is I thought this was a what do you call it, like a homage type game. Here you got another Fontaine, this oversized one. Here's a Best and a Hurst, Paulino Alcantara, Ronaldo postcard. These are postcards, R9. The Palarex team from 67. Here's the Sportcasters Copa from the 60s or something. So those are kind of all oversized items. And then there is a let's see what we got here. I think this is a 60. No, 39. Yeah, this set. The UK set, Churchman set, not super important, but what is nice in this is this the sheet from the Caramelos uncut sheet. You may know or see on Bill's videos. He has some of these behind him. This is this really kind of cool, beautiful graphic uncut sheet with Alcantara here and Samitier there, and Pira also over here to this one. So 3 of the real stars. You'd love if Zamora was on this. This is actually on the other sheet. This was a key item for me to get because I tried to get, the sheet off of Bill for many, many years. Starting like 15 years ago, basically. And so never kind of was able to get that done. And so it was really nice to be able to find one of those and get that as well. So, and then here, the last component of this is a 55 Vecchi album, which these are just a beautiful album. They're huge. So this is 55 Vecchi. So it'll have Garincha. Let's see if I can show you the Garincha here. And these are really, really lightly glued, so these should come off pretty well. Let me see if I can find the page, because it's like this is a really, really nice album, by the way. It's just can't seem to find it, but you'll trust me that Garincha's in here. But here you've got Jair, you got Didi. Here's the Djalma Santos up here at the top. So I just picked a couple that you would know, some of the more key guys in the set. But most of the set is, in terms of value at least, is Garincha. So there's that one. So I'll put that with my other things. And actually, there were some other little things that I'm realizing are missing from this mail day, but I may just have to do them in other mail days. Let me go and just double check or go through some of these. So here is a some métier. Here, here's a. I love this set. It's a Safari. It's from what is it? 60. Why am I losing my mind here today? 66. Is it? All these little papel, these little mi papel cards. Those are kind of fun. This set, I just love it. It's all kinds of here. Here is this Fritz Walter? I can't even see. Yeah, Fritz Walter. Not a rookie, but close. Early days. This is a hand cut Croy from the 70s. Not a ton of value here, but still fun stuff. Piola. Another Fritz Walter. Kind of that one's an uncommon one. This one's more common. This is from the OK Kawagami, I think, German. Here's a Piola. Again, these aren't super tough, and then there's actually a really, I think it's in a different package though that I didn't open. A very cool 1922, probably the Alcantara that you want if you're collecting him. I just don't happen to have that package here. I think it may be in the other room. So unfortunately, I can't open that. And it had a distinct back from other ones that I happen to have. But this for me was just the highlight of the transaction, because it was something I've been looking for a long time and wasn't going to be able to get one off of Bill. It's I think it's generally seen as 1920 to 1922. So one of the first items that had kind of him independent, or these guys independent. So I think that Carl, which I think owned this one at one point, had this as 1920. I'm unsure if it's 2022. It's just early. That's the way I would put it. I wouldn't sell this proclaiming 1920, but I think Carl did. And you can see here, there's some, or maybe you can't see. I'm trying to, so you can see these little holes, like staple holes or threading holes up here. I guess you can see there's like 2 at the top, 2 in the middle, 2 at the bottom, which makes you think it was in a book or some sort of ledger or something that they were keeping. But that's pretty cool. So I mean, obviously this one, I think this De Stefano from Colegiales, probably this Moreno, probably some of the bigger highlights of this in the shipment. And it's always nice to add things you don't have, like this Monty from Fontenares is fun, and just a bunch of other little odds and ends, but all of them, filling out kind of the general collection. So whether it's the odd Star Wars card, or if it's whatever it happens to be. So it's fun to check the boxes and add to the collection, especially when you have things, or you can add things that you don't have or have been on your want list for a while, things like this. So I think for now, that's probably where I'll kind of draw the line. Again, I think I have some other stuff in the other room. I'll just either open that on my own and post it on the Discord, or save it for another day of opening when I have some other stuff. I have a few orders, kind of a PSA, that will be coming back probably in the next couple of weeks. So looking forward to that. We'll be sending some stuff off. Also have kind of a video to do on kind of the results of soaking albums and taking stuff out. So that'll be kind of fun. That's a rather large load, so I'll go through that at some time. But in the meantime, you can take this visual with you guys, and I'll double check to see if there's any additional questions. And if not, I'll sign off for today and sign on another day. So let me just go over here. Okay, doesn't look like there were any other questions, but certainly I appreciate everyone tuning in here on a Sunday, and I hope everybody had a great weekend, has a great week ahead, and look forward to conversing. There's been a lot of conversation on the Discord about the greatest of all time lists and back and forth. So that's been actually kind of fun. I've enjoyed that, and I hope you guys all have too. And if you're not a member of the Discord, please join below. And if you could, give me a like on this video, I'd appreciate it. It helps kind of the algorithm, as well as if you're not a subscriber, could you please subscribe? That also helps somehow. Not exactly sure how, but somehow. Appreciate it, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening, and look forward to touching base with all the soccer collectors out there as time goes on. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.